Alright, guys, so we actually got some news about Billy Mitchell. I saw like the thumbnail of Moist Critical. He said that Billy Mitchell won. Like his record is got back in the Hall of Fame or something like that. I don't know. But let's see what Karl Jobst has to say, because he was like more involved into this. And yeah, let's see what's going on with that while we're working on these memes penguins for my art book.
Absolute legends. In April of
Hi.
2018, Billy Mitchell, self-proclaimed video game player of the century, was banned from Twin Galaxies after it was discovered that he had cheated multiple Donkey Kong world records. Twin Galaxies would post their decision in a public statement, saying that the tapes of Billy's world record show gameplay that could not come from an original, unmodified arcade cabinet. This meant that Billy was lying about how he achieved his scores. A year later, Billy sued Twin Galaxies for defamation, and for the past 5 years, this insane legal battle over video game high scores has dragged on. Well, on the 11th of January 2024, it all came to an end. Yep, it's over. While everyone on the internet was getting prepared with their popcorn to witness the circus of Billy Mitchell in court, the two parties were doing everything they could to avoid trial. The simple truth is that everyone knew Billy had zero chance of winning. It's a proven fact he cheated, and there are mountains and mountains of evidence confirming that. But trial is insanely expensive, and while it would be nice for Billy to be destroyed by a jury, and it'd make for some amazing content, no one involved wanted to go through it. Billy knew he was going to lose. Billy's lawyers knew he was going to lose, and they were desperate to settle and avoid the humiliation of defeat. So they worked out a deal with Twin Galaxies, and the parties settled. Today, we are going to look at what that settlement means, because I'm sure you're all asking if they...
So I guess the thumbnail, because again, Moist Critical does not clickbait a lot or at all. Uh, did they really settle like, okay, we're gonna add you back into the books, but you're still banned? Could that be the settlement of this? Because god damn, this is just one of the lawsuits, by the way. This is the longest lawsuit, I believe, in what's going on with him. He has other like frivolous lawsuits too as well. Because again, he just has a big ego, dude. He just couldn't let go. I mean, on one hand, it's obvious, right? Because that's what he's known for, right? The world record of this game.
settled, does that mean Billy won? Did Twin Galaxies recant their statements? Did they admit they were wrong? Are Billy's scores being reinstated? Is Billy unbanned? Did Billy even really cheat? Yes, you fool. Of course he cheated. But as far as the other questions are concerned, in this video I will break it down. And there is a part of this settlement that is absolutely hilarious, because Billy Mitchell managed to find a university professor willing to put his entire career on the line to defend Billy, and his explanation as to why Billy's tapes look the way they do is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. I really hope you enjoy.
No.
Guys, a new year is upon us, and that means I'm asking the same question I ask every single year. Is 2024 finally the year that I get a six-pack? And by golly, yes, it is. Mark my words, Karl Jobst will finally achieve his dreams and get ripped. And to help me with this is today's video sponsor, Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon cereal is high in protein and has zero sugar, which is exactly what you want if you're like me and you want to gain muscle and lose fat. The macros in Magic Spoon are amazing. One serving contains at least 13 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carbs, and no sugar. And it actually tastes good, which is shocking because most high-protein substitutes taste terrible. Personally, my favorite flavors are frosted and fruity, and I eat it just before bed or as a snack between meals. Magic Spoon even offer bars, which I must say are pretty damn good. Definitely give Magic Spoon a try, and they are so confident they offer a 100% money-back guarantee if you are not happy. There are a ton of flavors to choose from, and you'll need to try them all to make sure you find the ones you most enjoy. So just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and use promo code LEGEND.
He's not the only one making this video. I mean, he's the main guy, right? Because he's the one who created this whole, like, Billy Mitchell thing. And Moist Critical talked about it. Some ordinary gamers talked about it, but obviously I want to watch his video because he's like the main guy of all this. Yeah, so I don't know. Supposedly when I saw the thumbnail of Moist Critical, he said that Billy Mitchell, like in the thumbnail, is like added back to the Hall of Fame or something.
To get $5 off your order today. Billy Mitchell and Twin Galaxies officially settled on the 11th of January, but it wasn't until earlier today that Twin Galaxies released an official statement. Here is what it said. On April 12, 2018, Twin Galaxies removed all of Mr. Mitchell's scores and banned Mr. Mitchell from competing on Twin Galaxies' competitive leaderboards. This was centered upon a technical basis of what Twin Galaxies believed to be a demonstrated impossibility of original unmodified Donkey Kong hardware to produce images shown in the videotaped recordings of some of the disputed adjudicated performances. The basis for this decision was an independent investigation by Twin Galaxies, supported by a series of detailed submissions, experiments, and analyses by Twin Galaxies and from the Twin Galaxies community, each with varying degrees of technical expertise and access to equipment. Recently, on behalf of Mr. Mitchell, Dr. Michael Zyda, an individual who holds a Bachelor of Arts in Computer and Information Science from University of California, San Diego, a Master's of Science in Computer and Information Science from the University of Massachusetts, Amherst, and a Doctorate of Science from the University of Washington School of Engineering, and who has been qualified as an expert by California and federal courts, concluded that the gameplay on these subject tapes could in fact depict play on original unmodified Donkey Kong arcade hardware if the hardware involved was malfunctioning, likely due to degradation of components.
What?
So basically, Billy paid a so-called expert to say it's possible that Billy's tapes show gameplay that looks like emulation because his hardware malfunctioned. I won't go over his entire statement.
Hold up. So this is the guy, the professor, the founding director of U.S. Games Program, founded the program at the year-long advanced projects that forms the USC Games, the program for no program. Okay. So the professor is like, okay, like his credits on the bio and all that, right? There are many people that made strong statements technical possibility and possibilities. There have several discovered the video recordings. Billy Mitchell, various gameplays of Donkey Kong. Yeah, all this resolves around Donkey Kong, guys. When Billy is recording from the arcade machine running at 60 frames per second, he plugs the 60 frames per second stream into a 2-bit converter box. The converter and the converter outputs a 30 frames per second stream to VHS and VCR for recording. There is no apparent signal for the 60 frames per second device to converter by outputting a 30 frames per second. So pretty much his recording was not recording 60 frames per second, it was recording 30 frames per second. That's why it looks completely off. Alright, here we go. If you had a frame enlightenment, we would expect the 2 frames from the 60 frames per second stream will be used to create 1 frame in some fashion. If you do not have a perfect frame enlightenment, then we are going to see visual artifacts such as anomalies at issue in all analysis of Billy Mitchell tapes rest on anomalies recorded in this fashion. So another issue will address is not component aging. The Nintendo Donkey Kong boards are old and the various electronic parts are aging at different rates. Another issue brought into mind is the copies of the videotapes. As videotapes are copied, handed out to someone who makes them copies, visual artifacts are then appear as the second or third generation and beyond copies are made. So I guess, okay.
We'll do an entire video on this guy soon, because his statement is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
How much was he paid? Wait, no, that's illegal, right? You can't pay someone for that, right? That'll be illegal to do. Like if Billy Mitchell's, okay, I'm gonna pay you this much money if you come to my case and give your testimony that will help me in my case.
For a quick recap, we know that Billy's records were done on emulation because of how the levels load. They look completely different between MAME and arcade. All of Billy's tapes show MAME.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it is off. It is off. Yeah, because the high score is not moved and everything. Yeah, I remember when they're going through this. Yeah. It looks off, yeah.
MAME loading screens for every level. The way the levels draw on each frame is very different, and Billy's tapes match MAME exactly. So we are talking about 9 hours of footage over 3 games, covering a span of 6 years, and they are all identical to MAME. This is just a proven fact at this point. And because Billy lied in order to hide the fact these scores were done on MAME means that he almost certainly used save states and other banned tools in order to cheat. If you want a really good breakdown, I recommend a video by Veritas who explains all of the technical reasons for the differences. It's easily the best video on Billy Mitchell ever made. It's 4 hours long and you absolutely should watch it.
Damn, 4 hours breaking down each frame of the game between MAME and arcade. And like Billy Mitchell's video. Bro. 4 hours? I'll probably watch it. I'll stream.
I'll put a link in the description, but in short, we know that Billy's tapes came from MAME and can prove it. According to Billy's expert, this Michael Zyda, Billy's
Everyone doesn't know MAME is kind of like emulator.
tapes look like MAME
Right.
because maybe the hardware malfunctioned. Now, he doesn't provide any evidence for this, he doesn't provide any explanation or mechanism, he just claims a malfunction can do this, and doesn't substantiate it whatsoever. His statement is extremely stupid. For example, he claims that maybe Billy's tapes look like MAME because when you copy a VHS tape, it can cause visual artifacts. Or maybe Billy didn't clean his VCR before he made his copies, so that's why they look like MAME. It's really that dumb. So Billy finds this idiot professor willing to say ridiculous things for money, and Twin Galaxies says, well, we think he cheated, but if you want to put your career on the line...
Like, that is so weird. It's like, oh, because the VHS not cleaned up, the frames were changed, it got all muddied up, and what?
And say Billy didn't cheat, you can take all of the heat. Twin Galaxies continue in their statement. In fair consideration of the expert opinion provided by Dr. Zyda on behalf of Mr. Mitchell, and consistent with Twin Galaxies' dedication to the meticulous documentation and preservation of video game score history, Twin Galaxies shall heretofore reinstate all of Mr. Mitchell's scores as part of the official historical database on Twin Galaxies' website. A lot of people will read that and think that Twin Galaxies are reinstating Billy's scores, but that is not what's happening. What they have done is create an archive of the version of the Twin Galaxies the new owner Jace Hall bought in 2014, and are adding that onto the website as something you can view for historical purposes. It's basically like the Wayback Machine for Twin Galaxies, and you could literally achieve the same effect by just using the Wayback Machine. It's a snapshot of what the database was like 10 years ago, including all of the known cheated scores, and including all of the fraudsters like Todd Rogers and Billy Mitchell that have been exposed since then.
No, not
Billy
Todd
is
Rogers.
nothing of value here. His scores are not going back onto the official leaderboards, and he is still banned. Literally, all he has is some professor saying that maybe, just maybe, his arcade machine malfunctioned 3 times over 6 years in a way that perfectly matches MAME. Twin Galaxies hasn't changed their opinion, which is why he is still banned. Twin Galaxies did not say their original statements weren't true.
Is Billy still banned for toilet competition? Yes. But let's be honest, is Billy Mitchell really gonna like compete at an age of his age at this point? I'm just saying. Are Billy world records going back onto the main leaderboards? No. Has the opinion of the Twin Galaxies changed regarding Billy's Donkey Kong scores? No. At some point, man, through all of this, dude, hopefully Billy Mitchell can finally move on and be a douchebag in his restaurant.
Which is why his scores aren't being put back up to the current ranks. Twin Galaxies didn't want to go to trial, and they said, hey, if your expert wants to ruin his reputation by saying moronic things like maybe Billy didn't clean his VCR properly, so be it. Twin Galaxies acknowledges Billy's expert, but nowhere in their statement do they endorse or agree with his statements. This could not be the result Billy wanted, and I assume his lawyers basically forced him to settle. There is no way they didn't know Billy was a cheater by this point, and they really hated all of the negative press people like me were giving them. And this is one of the reasons I went so hard on Billy's lawyers. Obviously, Billy is insane, but his lawyers aren't. Putting innocent people through a lawsuit is categorically evil. It makes you a monster. It ruins people's lives. His lawyers were
But I mean, lawyers are supposed to be like unbiased, no? Whoever could pay money, right? Isn't that how like the law pretty much works in some ways? Right? I mean lawyers could turn down cases, obviously, but it's like money talks. Like, I'll give you this much money for defend me. It's not like they're gonna do pro bono, right? So I'm just saying.
absolutely complicit in this, and that should never be forgotten. Initially, they would have been naive and didn't know the truth, but by the end, it was obvious they knew Billy was a con man. Applying pressure to his lawyers was one way to try and make them want to settle as quickly as possible. There is one thing that Billy wins though, and that's the fact that Twin Galaxies is dropping their countersuit against him for fraud. So he definitely dodges a bullet there. Personally, I'm not sure how successful that would have been, and I feel as though it was just Twin Galaxies trying to throw a wrench into the works and dissuade Billy from continuing his own action. Perhaps this is why Billy accepted such a pathetic settlement, because he was truly afraid of the upcoming trial. You know what's really funny though? And this might give you an indication of how Twin Galaxies really feels. They recently launched a merch store, and when you go there, the first things you see are shirts and mugs showing the difference between arcade and MAME. These are hilarious. I assure you, I am not sponsored by Twin.
That's actually really funny. That's actually really That's actually really funny, dude. Oh man. So everybody that was like watch this whole saga probably gonna end up buying this shirt, honestly. Not arcade and another one MAME.
Galaxies, but I really think you should go and show some support by buying a mug or a shirt. Twin Galaxies have been quietly
Do they still have to pay for legal fees? I believe so, right?
fighting Billy Mitchell for 5 years. They
just
never
wasted a lot of
complained,
time.
they never asked anyone for anything, they went through hell standing up to a gigantic piece of shit on behalf of the gaming community, and I think they deserve some love. So please go and have a look at their store, the link will be in the description. Ultimately, I know everyone is going to be disappointed with this because we all really wanted to see Billy get destroyed in court. But it would have cost hundreds of thousands of dollars for Twin Galaxies. Money I don't think they even have. And the outcome would have been exactly the same, with Billy remaining banned and his scores not going back up to the ranks. However, Billy is not out of the woods yet, because he still has this little thorn in his side, yours truly. Billy cannot escape his lawsuit against me, and when I say that, I mean he literally cannot escape. If Billy dropped his lawsuit against me, he would immediately lose, and would instantly owe me hundreds of thousands of dollars. So our lawsuit is going to trial, and hopefully—
See? What I tell you? There's more losses going on with this guy, dude. He can, his ego. And now with this one, he can't even settle. If he tries to settle, he owes them a lot of money. Save the girl in a... Oh yeah, I read about that. Yeah, hold on, I'll talk about that.
hopefully that's going to be relatively soon. So if you are hoping for at least some fireworks, there will definitely be some juicy courtroom drama still to come for sure. Let me know what you think of this settlement in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
I think it's pretty much the best case scenario for the most part. Because overall they're just wasting their time. Or Twin Galaxies, because again, the settlement was pretty much like, oh, it's the same thing now. Like your world record is not gonna come back, and you're still banned from Twin Galaxies of any kind, and that's pretty much it. So they pretty much got everything they wanted, really, Twin Galaxies, right? And then Billy Mitchell just literally just wasted a lot of money and time for no reason. It's not like they the lawyers say, oh no, it's pro bono, like, you know what I mean, like, oh no, it's free. So yeah, I mean, good for him. I'll go for good overall, pretty much good overall, and GG, honestly. And then good luck to Karl Jobst for his lawsuit. Now the 5-year lawsuit is officially over, but now a new saga of Karl Jobst versus Billy Mitchell is happening still. I am the final boss, pretty much. Billy says the author really to make a lose your lawsuit 80% leaderboard. Well, I get why they settle. It's so frustrating because it's basically the best possible outcome for Billy. True, it is, but it's like, but Twin Galaxies still get what they wanted. Where like you're still banned and your world records are still cannot hold up at all. Like, no, we're done. The lawyer for Twin Galaxies dropped the ball on this. He got caught sending text to witnesses, so got slapped by the judge for witness intimidation. The one misstep was that all Billy's team needed to have the leverage to push for a settlement. Oh, I didn't know that part. Both sections. I would say it's a win for Billy. People like him will malignant narcissism will use pretty much anything to doctor up the image and partial restoration of scores along with mention of his expert witness is all he needs to keep the charade going exactly like nothing has changed. But that's not true. Like I mean, okay, maybe like in person, but like in the online public eye is ruined. No, am I wrong? Like he's gonna like lie his ass off to like kind of repair his like image. I could see that, but I don't see him like I don't see him as like oh his whole premise in the gaming world or like well I don't know in person it's different because not everybody's online like this. But yes, really, I guess they could just lie their ass off and just be fine. Yeah, so it's pretty much this right here. It doesn't get reinstated officially, but I think it'll be available in the Twin Galaxies archive, which is the historical records. That's it. Yeah, they're on a leaderboard. I literally searched the leaderboard and they're not there. So that's why I was kind of confused. I was like, so it's not a fully win. Because when you click on DondyCon, by the way, here it is. He's not there. It's Robbie Lakeman. But yeah, he's not on the total workers 123. So let's see. I don't know his score at this point. I totally forgot, but Billy Mitchell's score was let's see, was 1,062. So 1,062. Yeah, it's not there. Yeah, it's not there, or even 50 or 47. Yeah, he's not reinstated at all. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just so weird. Points hammer allowed. Like, there's also points 1-1. The most fireball smashes. Like, there's so many like different things right here, but it's like the main one is it's not even on there. I'm so confused about all of this. Anyways, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, sweaty gaming. Yeah, I mean that's all of these like world records and all that. But he's not reinstated or anything like that. So I don't know, man. Like I like this video. To give a warning, I have to edit a lot of this reaction video because I went all over the place with this, but I want to give like my authentic reaction to this, and most of it I'm just confused. I'm a dumbass. I'm sorry, but yeah, historic, but not in the main. That's pretty much it. So half win.